Hey, what's up YouTubers, and welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts video. Today I'm going to go through some of the vintage horror and sci-fi magazines that I've picked up recently. I have a couple different piles here. I was thinking about recording a new update video, but I'm still waiting for a few things to come in, and I think I'm going to delay that for another week or two. So just for today, I thought I'd throw up a video for the vintage magazines that I picked up recently. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Kick back, relax, chill, and let's go through and see these awesome vintage horror magazines. So these magazines were purchased as a lot. So all of these came together in one lot, and all of these came together in a different lot. So I'm just going to kind of go through and show you guys the covers and talk a little bit about these books. And we're going to try to get comfortable here and chill. Everybody's in chill mode. It's July 3rd as I'm recording this. So happy birthday to America and happy 4th of July to all of my Yankee friends out there. Hope you guys are safe. Have a great time, but just be safe. The first one here is Vampirella, number 15, from January of 1972. And they don't make magazines like this anymore. This was a whole different era. Just check out that artwork. Some of these magazines I'm going to use for the magazine flip through. I'm going to start doing more of those at some point, just not today, but you'll be seeing these magazines again. So here's Vampirella number 21. This one has a little bit of damage in the upper left-hand corner, but other than that, the book looks great. 51-year-old book. This is from December of 1972. Here's Vampirella number 58. They're calling this one a super special giant holiday issue from March of 1977. The next one is Vampirella number 59. Vampirella number 60. The Blind Priestess. If you guys enjoy this type of video or this type of material, like these horror magazines, these vintage horror magazines, I would like to strongly recommend a fellow YouTuber by the name of Gratu Orloff. I have shouted him out in the past a couple times. He's a great wealth of knowledge when it comes to comics and horror magazines from back in the day. He grew up buying these covers and buying these magazines and comics, and he has a huge collection, and I implore you guys to go check out his channel. I would really love to see this guy succeed. He's a pretty frequent uploader too, and I've been watching a lot of his videos lately. It's great stuff. So check out, his name is Gratu Orloff. His channel is called The Hotel Orloff. I will leave a link down below. He knows way more about these magazines than I could ever tell you guys about it. And as a matter of fact, he has recorded videos talking about these books, and I learn so much from him every time I watch his videos. And I would love to see this guy get to 1,000+ subscribers. So do check out that link below. Consider subscribing to him. Pop over and say hello. And one of his buddies, who's a buddy of mine as well, I guess, a new buddy for me. We're all buddies here on YouTube. So, but Gratu and Meyer Greenblatt are good buddies. You know, they're friends of each other, and they do live streams together on Gratu Orloff's channel. And he's another wealth of knowledge, and he collects a lot of like comic books and magazines and vintage toys. It's really, really good stuff. So I highly recommend you check out Gratu Orloff and Meyer Greenblatt. I will leave both of their links down below. I think they're both sitting around 550-ish subs each. I think we can bump that up. I mean, I have some subscribers here that I think should, hop over. And if you like the kind of stuff that I do here, you'll definitely like these guys too. So go give them a shot. Check them out. So back to the magazines here. We have Vampirella number 61. This one's in really good condition too. Looks like it was barely read. Some of these magazines are square bound, or maybe they all were. I wasn't really paying attention, but it's still in really, really good condition. And here's number 62. Looks like she's being attacked by some kind of a creepy insect alien or something. Looks like it has the head of an insect and the arms and tentacles of like a squid or some kind of a extraterrestrial monster. This one is number 93. I do know that some of you guys subscribe to Orloff, Gratu Orloff and Meyer, and I want to thank you guys for that. And I'm hoping we can get some more guys and gals over to those channels. Here is number 105 from May of 1982. There's another kind of an H.P. Lovecraft type creature in the background, and you have some kind of hooded figures looming in the background in the foggy distance. And then it looks like you have some kind of a hostage. I don't know what's going on here, but so that was it for the Vampirella books. I'm going to pause it here, take a drink of my Sunny Delight, and we're going to keep moving. So we move into the famous Monsters of Filmland category. And this is a magazine I really like. They've been producing these magazines for years, and then I guess they stopped for a while. And now they have been making these recently again. This is number 115 from April of 1975. And this one is number 116 from May of 1975. Huh. That's really cool. And that was the last famous monsters for that pile, but I do have some more famous monsters in that pile. Here's a magazine called Shriek, and this was put up by the Acme company, I believe, ACME, Acme. This one is from October. I think this one was from the late 60s, 1967. These are kind of rare, kind of hard to find, especially in the condition I got these. I picked up 4 of them in a lot. They were all these lots were from the same seller, so these were separate lots, all from the same seller that shipped in one box. But there were 4 of these Shriek magazines that I picked up from him. Looks like you can buy some Monster film plus the projector for $4.98. There are 3 Stooges. And there's Shriek from May. Again, I believe these were from the late 60s, like 67 or 68. That looks like the monster from Green Hell. I'm not sure if that is, though. I haven't read the magazine yet. But that's what the monster from Green Hell looked like. If anybody wants to correct me, that's fine. Go ahead. Or if you want to confirm that that is indeed the monster from Green Hell. It doesn't say anything on the front cover about monster from Green Hell. Shriek Eeks are here for ghoul lovers of all ages. You can buy a batty bat for $2, or a hairy tarantula for $2. And they give you a little order form down here. It was addressed 121 5th Avenue, New York. Here is the Shriek Winter Edition. So if there are any of these in particular that you guys would like me to do a flip through of, please leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'll just randomly pick some and maybe we'll do a weekly thing on that. Maybe like on a Friday night we'll do some. And here's number 3. It says, the Horror Film Fan Magazine. This one talks about Dracula, Prince of Darkness, The Face of Fu Manchu, Rasputin, the Mad Monk, the Reptile, which is on the cover there, which has a Blu-ray release by Scream Factory, The Zombies, and Onibaba, which I just recently watched over the past year. Onibaba, it's a really good samurai. It's a Japanese samurai horror movie. It's pretty good. Criterion put it out on Blu-ray, and I would recommend it. It's in Japanese language, but you can watch it with English subtitles. Here is an ad for the Beatles. So this was late 60s, so they were already a huge craze here in the States. The Beatles, and Elvis was already very, very popular and famous by this point. But you can get, it says, every red-blooded teenager will be aroused by Elvis versus the Beatles debate. Whichever side you are on, show your love by ordering the pictures we have available as follows. So you can get an 8x10 photo of Elvis for 50 cents, or you can get 8 8x10s, 4 individuals and 4 groups of the Beatles for 25 cents each, or all 8 for $1. So you can get 8 photos of the Beatles for $1, or you can get 1 photo of Elvis for 50 cents. Which team are you guys on? Comment below. Hashtag Beatles or hashtag Elvis, or hashtag horror. All right, so that was it for the 4 Shriek magazines. Going to take another sip of my Sunny Delight, and we'll keep moving. So I have a couple of Monsterama magazines. I think these are more modern because these have a price tag of $3.50. And that's beautiful. I'm going to open this one really quick, and we'll take a look inside to see what year this is. I'm going to try not to touch that tape, and as a matter of fact, tape is not our friend when it comes to books. So I'm just going to peel it off completely, and I didn't tape this. This is how they came. I don't use tape on my bags. I use the resealable bags, but I don't have any extras right now. So I'm going to have to use these for the time being, and I'm going to have to order more. So let me get that tape far away from these books, and I'll pick it up later, so I feel better now. I actually had tape that got stuck to a Amazing Spider-Man one time, and it took some of the print off. Pretty bad stuff there. So anybody want to guess what year this is? The price tag is $3.50. I'm going to say 1999. Let's see. Spring of 1992. I was way off. But this book is in really good condition. So whoever had this was a very gentle reader. It's in really, really good condition. I don't want to spend too much time on the magazines because I am going to do separate videos on these. But I will put this one off to the side. And that was number 2, by the way, and this is number 1. So I'm assuming this was also from 1992. Beautiful book, though. And then I picked up a couple of these The Rook magazines. This is kind of it's another Warren magazine. Warren did Creepy and Eerie and Vampirella and others. They also did one called The Rook, and this was more kind of like a sci-fi adventure type book. And I'll go through some of these at some point too, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what The Rook was all about. So that was number 10 from 1981. This is number 8 from 1981. Look at these dogs are out cold. That's the life, isn't it? And here's number 2. This one has a little bit of wear and tear, but it doesn't bother me at all. These are good reader copies. These books are beautiful. And here's number 5. The Viking Prince and Voltar. Here's number 6 from 1980. Sherlock Holmes and the Master of Time. You can definitely tell there was a Star Wars influence. Look at this beautiful cover. This is from February of 1981. The Master of Time marooned on a devil planet. And that was the last Rook. And then there was also it's called a Marvel Preview Presents the Legion of Monsters, starring Morbius, the living vampire. I would guess that this was late 70s. I'll take it out and we'll take a look at it. I'm going to guess 78. Let me take this tape off so we don't get any pull on the print. All right. Might have been like a little bit of ASMR for you guys. All right. Be gentle, be very gentle. None of these books are, particularly rare or expensive or anything like that. But I still do like to keep my books in really good condition if possible. We'll take another kind of panning here of the beautiful art. Feels like it's almost the kind of dungeon you would see in Skyrim. There's the fair maiden. There's a rat running across her arm. Looks like he's going to do one of those knife toss moves. He's going to throw it kind of like a projectile. Spear the living Morbius. So I said 78. Let me see where we are here. 1976 right there. I was close, but still off. So that was the end of pile 1. I'm going to pause it, put some of the stuff away, and then we'll jump into that second pile. Okay, so on to pile number 2, and we have some more famous monsters of Filmland here, and this is a double. This is the only double I have. It came with a lot. All these books came in one lot. This is the only one I had already. It didn't bother me. The price was really good for these books, so I didn't mind getting a double of one to get the rest of these. This is number 57. The other one I have is in a little bit better shape than this one. But this is a really cool cover. This is from the horror movie called The Green Slime. I know this has a Blu-ray release too. I don't remember who put it out. It wasn't Scream Factory. But it does have a Blu-ray release. Great cover. Sci-fi horror. There's Barnabas Collins. So it looks like here on the back, comic books for sale, also Playboy. You can get complete runs of DC, Marvel, and Gold Key. You can send a quarter for the complete list, and here are some of the books that they're selling. Big Little books from 1934 to 1947. Some newspapers, horror and sci-fi mags, pulps, hardcover books, back issues, Mad Magazine, serials, original artwork. I mean, they don't do stuff like this anymore. Next one is number 115. This one's from April of 1975. What a gorgeous cover. It's beautiful. I like everything about it. I like the color, the font, the monster on the cover. There's nothing to complain at all about this book. It's really, really good. And here's an advertisement for Young Frankenstein. Great movie, by the way. The great Gene Wilder from Wisconsin. Wisconsin's very own. We're proud of him, too. He made a great career for himself. And Peter Boyle was great, too. I'm going to slide these over a little bit and make it easier for me to pull from the pile if it's over here. So this one is number 130 from December of 1976. Looks like Peter Cushing. Let's see if it says. This one looks like it had a little bit of repair years ago. It looks like there's old, very old Scotch tape kind of holding it together. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like it. Looks like you can see it there in the corner anyway. Is that Peter Cushing, guys? Am I crazy? Yeah, Peter Cushing. Just give you a couple page flip here. We'll take a look. The Mad Ghoul. Diary of a Living Dead Man. It's from a movie called The Mad Ghoul. Murders in the Rue Morgue. That one stars Vincent Price, if I'm not mistaken. Then again, I could be. Yeah, these magazines are great. They're pretty inexpensive too. I mean, of course, it's like anything else. The quality will dictate the price. So if it's something that's in really, really good shape, you might pay a little bit more. But if you want to just get some reader copies, you know, you can find these pretty inexpensive. Just make sure when you talk to the seller that the book is complete, because if it's missing a couple pages, you're not going to want that, even no matter how cheap it is, right? You want the whole book. Look at this cover here. That's awesome. That almost looked like The Incredible Melting Man, but it's not. This is book number 145 from July of 1978. So 45 years ago to this month, this book came out. That's pretty awesome. And on the back you have an advertisement for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So you can get a Columbia picture in conjunction with Warren Publishing to get a spectacular 8.5 inch by 11 inch magazine devoted to the motion picture Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I'm trying to see a price. Probably a couple bucks, maybe. Oh, right there. $1.50 each. Plus 50 cents postage and handling. I thought this one was interesting. This is Famous Monsters number 148 from October 1978, and this is an all Star Wars issue. And of course, Star Wars came out the year before. Star Wars came out in 1977. This is October 78. So this movie took the world by storm, and they really marketed it very well. I mean, there was figures and posters and magazines and books and coloring books and you name it. There was pins and buttons and t-shirts, of course, all kinds of stuff. Here's Famous Monsters number 160. This one's in kind of rough shape, but it's still complete. This one's from January 1980. It says Meteor's a hit. Read all about it in page 16. New Fright Flicks, The Brood, Up from the Depths, Clonus Horrors, and Nosferatu. So that Nosferatu, or Nosferatu, however you want to say it, you're not wrong. Either way, I guess. Who cares, right? That would be the Werner Herzog, or Werner Herzog, with Klaus Kinski. There it is right there. Yeah, that guy was ghoulish. He didn't need much makeup or acting to be the ghoul that he was. And he was a creep as an actor and a creep as a human. Here's number 176, August of 1981. Look at this cover. Wow. That is pretty awesome. And it also has a article of Dragon Slayer that came out that year, 1981. There was a couple of, I guess, new Fangoria magazines that were in this lot. And this one's from 2021. This is number 10. I'm not even sure how much Fangoria magazines are. I would guess they're at least $10 a piece now. Let's see if I can find a price tag anywhere. They're probably 10 or 12 bucks. It's Fangoria number 358, but they're calling it volume 2 number 10. Yeah, pretty confusing, right? I'm not seeing a price tag anywhere. But these Fangoria magazines are still great. I don't plan on collecting any of the modern Fangoria, but if I see some vintage stuff, I'll probably pull a trigger if it's a good price. Here's another modern one. This is from April of 22. And this is volume 2, number 15. And I'm still not seeing a price tag. If anybody knows and you want to put it down in the comments. I mean, I can easily look it up myself, but chances are by the time I'm done recording, I won't even remember or care to look it up. So if any of you guys know and you want to just pop it in the comment section, feel free. The world is yours. Do what you wish. And if you don't want to comment, and for God's sakes, don't comment. But if you do, you're more than welcome to. Here we go. This is pretty cool. These are some of the movies on Blu-ray. And at some point down the road in 50 years, which I won't be here anymore in 50 years. I might not be here in 20 years. Hell, you don't know. You might not be here tomorrow. But somebody will look back and say, hey, do you remember when they had... they won't say frostbite because nobody knows what the hell frostbite is. Do you remember when Phenomena was on Blu-ray 50 years ago? Now we have holograms to watch the movies in our living room. We can actually partake in the movie. That's Fangoria. I'm going to pause it here for a second. I'll be right back. Still here. These dogs are worn out, man. The last 2 nights have been nothing but fireworks until 1 o'clock in the morning. Starting at around like 9 o'clock when it starts to get dark. From 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. it's nothing but firework after firework after firework. And I turned into the old man, get off my lawn guy. That's me now. So I'm the guy out on my porch shaking my fist. Knock it off with the goddamn fireworks. I'm trying to watch TV and my dogs are shaking. That's me now. All right, moving along. There's some of these are a little bit beat up, but these were part of the lot. but I'm glad to have these. This is called Fantastic and Other Imaginative Media. This is from January of 1980. And these magazines, they kind of have a cheap feel to them, like a low quality, almost like a newspaper type presentation or printing. It feels like it's almost like a magazine type or a newspaper type page. But I'm going to look through these and I'm going to enjoy these. The price was really good for this lot, so it's not like I'm out much money. Here's another one. It's called Fantastic Films. You can see Frank Langella, Dracula. There's Sigourney Weaver. And we have Moonraker, some James Bond goodness. This was from November of 1979. So these magazines are like a time capsule. It's like going back in time. You can read, because Alien came out, I believe, in 79. It may have been 78, but I'm pretty sure it was 79. This magazine came out in 79, and it has interviews with Sigourney Weaver when she was young, so it'll be interesting to go back and read some of that stuff. Here's one called Cult Movies. Never heard of this in my life. This one has a $4.95 price tag, so it can't be too old. Good old Ronnie. Looks like this one came out in 2000. Wow. She's a beauty. Look at those beautiful blue eyes. Stunning. Here's another Cult Movies. This is number 29. Boris Karloff. These are in really, really good shape. They almost look like they just came off the newsstand. Here's another one. This is number 27. I bid you welcome. There they are. That's I guess that would be like the last rendition of the Three Stooges with Curly Joe. Those guys gave me hours of entertainment in my life. And I'll watch them from time to time, and I still laugh right out loud at some of the stuff that these guys do. Poor Larry, man, that guy would take a pounding. I don't know what was worse, Larry taking all those slaps, or what was his name from Deliverance, Ned Beatty, taking the pounding that he took. I think I would rather get slapped many times. All right, moving along. That's number 20, Cult Movies. Hercules, Samson, and Goliath. Spider Baby. Awesome. Some more Three Stooges stuff. Here's Bela Lugosi as the Ape Man. The Munsters, Herman and Lily. Really nice books. But again, it does have that kind of newspaper feel to it. But if you store these properly and take good care of them, these will last for years and years. These will be around long after I'm gone. Here's number 14, the British horror band of the 1930s. Ooh-wee. Agony of Love, an adult classic. Oh, that's cool. What? Wait a minute. So on this side, the print... That was weird, right? So the print is right on this side, and then when you flip the book over, Half the book is upside down, depending on which side you read it from. Are they all like that? No. Oh, just this one for some reason. Is this an April edition, like an April Fool's? Let me see. See, I don't like taking too much time doing this. What's going on over here? What kind of a book are you letting me read to you here? Number 14. It doesn't say what month, unless I'm just missing it. But it does say 1995. Here's number 12, Mummy Dearest. Is that Melanermi? It almost kind of looks almost transgender. A couple more here, guys. We have number 10, Coffin Joe. Those movies are really good. It's Mexican horror movies. Godzilla 1994, I believe it is. That the one with Matthew Broderick from 94? Here's that was what Coffin Joe's real name is. He only recently died a few years ago, like 10 or less. Time is escaping me so fast. And when I think somebody just recently died, it was like 10 years ago. But in my mind, it feels like it was a couple years ago. It's so bizarre. The older you get, the faster time goes. And it's almost like it escapes you. Here's a pretty groovy cover. Check that out. This is number 9. I think this is the last Cult Movies magazine. But I'm glad to have this because I had never heard of this magazine before. I have a lot of good reading ahead of me. This is from 1993. Man, these are really, really good. They take good advantage of using the back cover as advertisement too. I mean, that right there alone could be a cover. I wonder whatever happened to that company. If anybody knows anything about this company and you want to leave some info down below, I would love to hear it. If they're still around or when they started or what happened with the company. Here's one called Terror Tales from January 1972. Check that out. That's beautiful. January 62, it had a 60-cent price tag on it. You can order a 22 caliber pellet gun for $1.25 or a Stinger automatic for $1. You can order X-ray specs for $1. What would you rather have, X-ray specs or a gun? I'm sure most boys, anyway, would rather have a gun. There's a 7-foot-tall monster poster, I think that is, or is it a cardboard stand? I'm not sure. For $1. And you can get a stiletto switchblade knife for $2.75. Projector. Here's another gun. Boy, they really wanted to push the guns on the kids back then, didn't they? Let's take a look at some of the artwork in here. You can see how yellow the pages are. Again, this is almost like a newspaper quality paper. A lot of reading. Look, there's Donald Pleasance. The hell's going on here? Really cool. So Terror Tales from January of 1972. And we have Terrors of Dracula from February 1980. Featuring blood-draining chillerama, Fangs of Horror, the Strange Vampire Plague, and the Flesh Eaters, plus the Vampire Ghouls and Demons and Skeletons. He's got a handful of that woman's hair. He's dragging her. Oh, he's got the fangs right in the neck. The eyeballs popped out. Poked her eyes out and drinking her blood. Terrors of Dracula. And the last one for this video, from April of 1970. This is called Witches' Tales. The Old Hag's Claws of Terror and Monster in White. A couple of decapitated heads. But they made it look like they were androids or something, because it looks like there's mechanical components coming out of their neck, like they were pulled off of a robot or something. And look at the hideous mug on Nancy Pelosi there. Somebody had marked it as 10 cents at one point. All right, that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you do go check out Gratu Orloff and Meyer Greenblatt. I'm going to post their link below. Please do me a huge solid for that. I would really love to see those guys get more subscribers. And also, let me know what your favorite magazine was today, or if there's any that you would like to see me open up during the next flip through. If there's anything you want to see more in detail, let me know. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a great time. Enjoy your 4th of July tomorrow. Hope you guys have lots of good food and friendship and family time, and just be safe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching.